And to a lot of Obsidian fans, it is the insult on the Fallout franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, first case is there. Fallout 76 is not the worst game. There. No. As much as Fallout New Vegas fans would love for you to know, New Vegas wasn't the worst game people keep saying it was. What background noise? Cat's monster on the corner. Alright. Wrong. Fallout 76 is Bethesda's latest game. I was not mistaken. And it was a $60 game when it came out. But to a lot of Fallout fans, it'd be a mod. Essentially, an addition onto Fallout. And Fallout, well, as I took a lot of the same stuff from Fallout 4 and incorporated it into Fallout 76. But this isn't the first time a Bethesda title or a Fallout title has had that happen. Fallout New Vegas was one such title. It took a lot of aspects from Fallout 3 because at the time it was the only game that had the aspects that it needed, and created one of the single most boring installments in the Fallout franchise. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel was the most in any way because it killed its franchise. It killed the company that was trying to make it. New Vegas and all Fallout 76 seem to have done that. But why play Rainbow about 76 being so bad? In this game. Well, I'm not. I honestly think Fallout 76 is probably one of the best games that you can play at the moment. And it's far better than Fallout. Fallout. Well, New Vegas would be. Why is that for me? Fallout New Vegas was the installment that, I have to be honest, really didn't work for me. It was the one game that seemed to me like, why did they even bother creating this game? For those of you who don't know, Fallout New Vegas took the location of Las Vegas, Nevada, and turned it into a video game. This would transform it into a game that a lot of people enjoyed. However, Fallout New Vegas had a lot of faults, and I do remember seeing all of the anger for it. And a lot of people going, oh, this game is just not as good as Fallout 3 was. And yes, people even saying that Fallout New Vegas was just a mod, yet again, for Fallout 3. But why is it now that when Fallout New Vegas has been out for a while, but when a newly released game such as Fallout 76 is released, then everybody attacks it? I'll tell you why. Because the fandom has already been divided. And the people who have been bitching about it are in fact, we will call Obsidian fans. And Obsidian fans don't care about Bethesda games at all. And they've never cared ever since Fallout New Vegas was far better, in their opinion, which is wrong. to that, or Fallout 3. Myself and a few, very, very select few people are of the opposite. Fallout 3 was far better than Fallout New Vegas for several reasons. Well, first of all, Fallout New Vegas didn't work properly. And a lot of people like to point blame at consoles. Well, regardless. Fallout New Vegas was very boring, very buggy, and very dull, even with the mods. And some of these mods would screw up the game in major ways. Fallout 3's modding community wasn't as good, but it's beside what I'm going to be talking about. How does one game define what an entire company has had years to develop? It doesn't. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Fallout New Vegas doesn't define the pinnacle of Fallout, just as much as Fallout 4 and Fallout 3 did. Fallout 1 created it, Fallout 2 perfected it, Fallout Tactics ruined it, Fallout Brotherhood of Steel killed it. Fallout 3 revived it, Fallout New Vegas ruined it, Fallout 4 didn't do much to it, and Fallout 76 put a different spin on it. But ladies and gentlemen, allow me to bring first of all, Fallout New Vegas is suffering what was called, I like to call the Halo 3 ODST, where it's a spin-off game that does so well that it requires a bit of fun. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Fallout New Vegas, well, the Fallout series isn't the only game to suffer a bad installment of a single title. Fallout 76 is by far the first bad game of it. Last year, a couple of years ago, Halo 5 Guardians was released, and 5 Guardians was regarded by a lot of people as being the single worst Halo installment in the Halo games. Taking what fans loved about the game and throwing it out the window. To which 343 responded with, yeah, we're not doing that again. Bethesda Game Studios isn't going to go anywhere. The next installment of the Elder Scrolls is going to come out. The next Fallout game is going to come out. The next Doom is going to come out, and whatever. Because Bethesda Game Studios only develops the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Whereas its software does Doom and the other games that it does. Bethesda Software Limited, however, is who you have to point the blame finger at. Todd Howard actually isn't the one, you know, who said, hey, let's screw it up out, because Todd Howard knows damn well that if you screw the fans, they're not going to buy your game, EA. And EA, we're looking at you. And routinely does allow things, for instance. After things happen. For instance, if Bethesda Game Studios didn't understand where their fans were, do you really think they would be support for mods? It's not Todd Howard's fault that he wants paid mods. No. It's his boss who wants paid mods. It's Peter Hines who you have to blame for the whole crap with the nylon bag situation that just happened. Why? Because those two have far more swing than Todd Howard does. What Todd Howard does is he sits there and develops the games. You know, he helps program and is the lead for them. Peter Hines and the CEO decide what goes into the games and how they're going to break it to the public. And how Peter Hines' whole attitude towards the game was bloody appalling. Someone asked him to explain more, and he said he'd much rather stand an alligator. I'm sorry, that's not how you act in front of your public. You, sir, are the face of Bethesda. You, sir, are meant to be asking. Todd Howard only sits there and develops the games and gets to announce them. But, back to what I said earlier, I said that there were Obsidian fans, and these fans are wrong. Completely and utterly 100% wrong. Fallout New Vegas was released in 2010 and was by far, for me, the biggest disappointment in the Fallout franchise. I said, how can a company that once made the game go any lower? And they basically said, hold my beer. We'll show you. Fallout New Vegas for me was a buggy mess. It had nothing new to offer to the Fallout franchise, and did a lot of things that actually for me quite rightfully so ruined it. But I didn't care. I still played enough of Fallout New Vegas to get a general picture of its story, its lack of one. Here's an NCR that we've had from Fallouts 1 and 2, going up against Kaiser's Legion, who was going to appear in a game we were going to release, but then didn't because Brotherhood of Steel killed our company. Right, Black Isle. So you mean to tell me that I'm meant to follow 2 previous games of which very few people have even heard about and let alone played to understand anything in New Vegas? Yes. Where's the damn door? Fallout New Vegas' story, world, everything was...
Heads up, responders. The food
Why do I even
processing
need
machines
this
at
folder?
Mama Dolce's have finally cooled down enough to work again.
Not only that, but the voice acting sounds
sounded
very
make a hell of a
bored.
racket, so you'll probably get some unwanted views.
For instance, Danny Tejero, a well-renowned Mexican voice actor and Mexican actor, appeared in Fallout New Vegas as the voice of Raul. He sounded like he was just sick of it. From the get-go, he was given his lines and he put no effort into them. Whereas something from a Bethesda game, you can definitely tell there is a lot more fun from it. That they've had fun recording the lines with character or characters they're tasked to play with. For instance, Linda Carter, who for many years voiced the female orcs and lords and would later voice in Oblivion and Morrowind, would later voice act characters in Skyrim, such as Azura and other characters. If you compare her voice to Danny Tejero's, you can definitely tell that they've had the style is a lot different for each office. Not only that, but Obsidian Entertainment was one of the former developers of a video game called Armored Warfare. This was an online PvP, or PvE, tank-based game that featured tanks from the 1945 all the way up until the modern era. This game was regarded by a lot of fans to be probably a just straight up clone of World of Tanks, and it wasn't anything Obsidian had to do. It was unfortunately developers, my.com, whose fault we can blame for that. But the Fallout New Vegas, and for me, Fallout New Vegas was the beginning of the end of how Obsidian seems to run. I have had, I don't remember how many hours plugged into it, but I've got several characters up to level 50. I've done the Legion, the NCR, Mr. House and along signing with Benny, and of course signing with Yes Man, multiple different times, and every time I've just given up and not even bothered. The DLC are boring. Let's go to Zion Canyon. Here you go. Have a rendition of how Christianity was brought to Pacifican tribes. Welcome to this place of sin and clouds, and by the way, you can't leave or your head will explode. Yada. Welcome to the place where all of the things that happened in the wasteland, especially in Nevada, happened. And welcome to where you started. Fallout New Vegas for me will remain a why. As in, why did it even need to exist? Sorry. I just needed your meat. And for me, what is regarded as one of the worst Fallout games. The amount of times I've had my Xbox 360 crash or my copy on PC crash, I can count more so than the times I've had Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 crash. And Fallout 4 has crashed a lot less times than Fallout New Vegas has, I'll just let you know. The mods for Fallout 4 are also generally a lot better than Fallout New Vegas. But that's not hard. Fallout 76 isn't the worst game Bethesda has made. Oh, no. For an online PvP/PvE/ role-playing game, it's a pretty good game, and it delivers where it needs to deliver. For instance, is it a role-playing game? Yes. Do I need to pay for a monthly subscription? You only need to pay for whatever device you need to pay on. PlayStation, PSN, you're paying PlayStation. Xbox, you're paying Xbox Live Gold. PC, you're paying nothing. Can I get it on Steam? Unfortunately, no, as it is only, I think it's released on Bethesda.net, so you cannot get it on Steam, unfortunately. And all this other bit involved in that. Is there unique stuff into the game? Oh, yes, there is. Oh, I found a missile silo. Yeah, nice little neighbor. So the next time somebody thinks that New Vegas is the worst game ever, or thinks Fallout 76 is the worst game ever, remind them that Brotherhood of Steel killed its Softworks. And the fact that had Brotherhood of Steel not, Fallout 3 Van Braun would have. Oh, and Black Isles. Black Isles Studios was going to die regardless. Whether it was the quick and painless, or the quick death that Brotherhood of Steel brought, or the fast and painless one, or the slow and painful one, that Fallout 3 Van Braun would have brought. The Bethesda games aren't the worst. Obsidian Entertainment's game, whilst, for me, buggy to all hell, and no matter how many patches they would release for the game, something else would become bugged. Wasn't a terrible game either. Whilst I didn't enjoy it personally, I know many people who did. The matter of the fact is that Obsidian Entertainment's installment to the Fallout franchise has ruined the Fallout fandom. And because of it, I'm quite glad, and quite confident to say that I'm quite glad that Fallout New Vegas isn't canon. And I'm quite glad about that. And hopefully you never will be. Some aspects of Fallout New Vegas will become canon, some won't. And I'm personally just looking forward to putting a bullet in there. But enough about... Oh, no, it's not. I do need to go back onto some other things. Whilst Halo War was a very good inspiration for it, pointing out that... Oh, god damn it! Oh. Mole Rat Bros. Piss off, bitch! burn us both, bitch. Where did I die? Why? Fuck do you do this to me? My closest thing would have to be the main McGonagall Overlord, so, yeah. Great. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Duncan, saying to you all to be around, and good night.